Hello, chat. 2 seconds. You're probably not going to hear me. 2 seconds, chat. I just got to quickly throw up the green screen test to make sure that's all working. Chat, I'm going to be wearing glasses when this stream starts. Okay. Are you ready, chat? Ready to see me in glasses, chat? You ready to see me in glasses? You ready? You sons of bitches ready? Just kidding. Just look. Just a little sunglasses joke, that one. Yeah, because I actually don't get my actual glasses until Thursday. So that was a lie. What I just did then was a little jovial jest. Let me do this. I'm just gonna do this. Little jovial, get it, Joe? Yeah, I get my glasses on Thursday, so it's a hot day. Let me change up to fudges, sunny. Fudge's Sunny Rant stream. Yeah, hey, how's it going, everybody? Good to see you. How are we doing today? What is up? I've got to close up a bunch of tabs in my background because I'm going to dox myself. Very punny. Thank you. Thank you. Chat. I don't think it's going to be too long of a stream today because it's very hot and uncomfortable. And I'm probably going to chill today. So I'm just loading up all the day stuff. But we do have some catching up to do. Along with, I want to go on 2 rants, but I'm not. Disclaimer. Wait, Flickle Bandle. What's that tune one? It's called Tune. What's the crossword where you do music? Cross tune. We do have a new D&D Unearthed Arcana that dropped, which had some cool, like a lot of cool subclasses got redated. 28 years later, a flop. Yes. So okay. Disclaimer. I am not going to spoil Squid Game Season 3 or 28 years later. But I am going to talk shit about them generally. Subjective opinions ahead. Subjectively correct opinion. I am going to talk shit about them. Without spoiling it for you guys. Because I know you might want to go see it yourself. I don't want to be the spoiler guy. But my God. I'll tell you what I didn't like 28 years later more than Squid Game Season 3. But I had my issues with Squid Game Season 3 as a concept that we'll get onto. But my God. All I'll say now is I hated 28 years later. Reflecting on it more, I actually would give it a 2 out of 10. And I'll explain why. But we have arcane subclasses from Dungeons and Dragons. That bad? I think so. And I'll explain why without any spoilers. But you might like it. If you like really, really kind of artsy movies, which to me have no depth unless you earn your art. P rated 7.2 overall. Yeah, mostly critics. Mostly critics like this movie, who are a bunch of go and read their goddamn pretentious reviews. I'll hit you with this because we'll rant about that in a bit. If you're looking for a horror movie, it's not. It's more like a playful comedy. In a lot of ways. But we have arcane subclasses from Dungeons and Dragons, which has a lot of updated subclasses. I don't think there's any... Is there any new ones? They've got the Cleric. Yeah, there's a couple new ones. Or one new one, I think. They've got the Cleric has their Arcana domains remade. Fighter has Arcane Archer remade. Warlock has Hexblade back again. So they've obviously done a relook of that. Wizard has Conjurer, Enchanter, Necromancer, and Transmuter. And then new subclasses are the Monk, Tattooed Warrior, and Sorcerer, Ancestral Soul. So we'll read through all of those, rate those, etc., etc. Dumb as ad. I think they're saying dumbass advert. Thanks for watching the advert, man. Boy, you ugly as be no Diddy. I'm not surprised you brought up Diddy. He's probably who you look up to. You nonce son of a bitch. But hey, Bebe, don't let your mum catch you on the iPad, okay? You son of a bitch. And I'm talking about your mother when I say son of a bitch. Because she raised you wrong. If I was your mother and they asked me about my kid, I'd say he died back in 95. Fat ass head? I do actually have a fat ass head. That leads me on to the John Lennon glasses. Thanks for the segue, man. I have not been able to get the John Lennon glasses yet. I went to Camden Market yesterday. And I couldn't find the pair. Because I found a couple which have the frames I like. But when I tried them on, Jinx looked at me and went, and I'm like, that's not a good sign, you laughing at them. And she's like, well, I just don't know if the sides look that good on them. I was like, okay, so I didn't find them yet. But she laughed at me. So I'm still on the lookout. You get the glasses, you need to wear your hair down. That will happen. Want to be John Lennon? Who did I see that has the glasses as well? I swear I just saw someone today. I can't remember. She always laughs at people with glasses, yes. Yeah, she was laughing at me. Directly in my face. But hello. Well, I'm back, chat. I took a day break. A couple of day breaks. I was at Jinx's last week. And then just came back to mine. We went to London yesterday with the boys. I'm still on my circle glasses hunt. Yeah. We went to Hardcore in the movie theater. Not in the movie theater. That was actually lovely and AC. Lovely. But on the way there and out, oh my God. Yesterday in London was horrific. It was so goddamn hot and humid and moggy and it just sucked. It was a great time hanging out with the boys and Jinx. I include her and the boys in that equation. But yeah, me, Sam, Strippin, Benji, and Jinx went to London. Dodger couldn't make it because they've got a child. I went to London and we went to. Me and Jinx got there a little bit earlier, so we went to Camden Market. And then we met up with the boys to go and watch a movie and get food and stuff like that. So we went to Camden Market to begin with. If you don't know what Camden Market is, it's fucking awesome. I haven't gone there for a couple of years, not a jinx, but we went around shopping. Problem is, it's not really the best place to go shopping on the hottest day of the year. Apparently, today's the hottest day of the year, but yesterday was pretty damn hot. Camden Market, I'll show you. I'll take you on a little tour. Camden Market. It is like a massive shopping area, but for like stalls, and then like they built into like tunnels and stuff, and so they build it all into it. It's super good. Have they shut down a lot? I don't know. Not Camden. Camden's super good. It's not a mall. No, it's this place has. If you're in America, I don't think America's got any equivalent, because it's like built around old architecture and like old tunnels and stuff. You'll go down a tunnel and it'll be shimmering with gold because there's an Egyptian tunnel, right? Like an old, you know, like Victorian tunnel where they're selling all Egyptian jewelry down there, and it's like it's so sick. It's such a unique like. I'll show you around it. I haven't gone there in a few years, but it's a super cool place. It's where Cyberdog is. If you remember me playing through Fallout London last year, it's that's where the punks are based. Like a flea market, portions of it, yeah. It's super sick. I'll show you. Also, let me say thank you to a bunch of subs in a minute as well. I'll do that after we look at Camden. Just remind me, okay? I want to say thank you. Matthews, I saw your sub came in. Thank you so much for that. For the 45 months in a row. 47 total, dude. I appreciate that, man. Okay, let me... I'm trying to find, like, a good website for showing you guys. Why my hair look like that from the side? Look at that. I've got a full marge when I look to the left. Okay. Here it is. So, let me take you through. I'm trying to find like a good like little. Yeah, like you've got like the river side. You've got like all of the market area, but this is the actual market area. Show me. It's just showing you the insider shops. I went to a Bandai Namco shop, and you can get loads of knickknacks here. Oh yeah, the food's great too. Yeah, food's really good around here. We didn't eat here because it was so hot. So we wanted to go somewhere that was a bit cooler. You can get loads of stuff, but this is not really showing off the actual cool market. Let me see if I can find like a explore Camden Market. Everywhere? No, this is just London. It's a district of London, Camden Town. Where can I find like a little? I wanna go through like a little. This guy's walking through it. I'm just gonna mute him though, because so it's like side streets like this. So you got all of the shops built into the actual thing. This is on the main highway, the main street. Lots of street food, music, flea market stuff, everywhere. But where's the coolest bit's when you actually get to the actual inside. Get to the inside. Around Cyberdog and stuff, I'll show you. Because they like convert like old warehouses and stuff. It's super sick. Go to the cool part. So lots of stalls, lots of good shit. It's awesome. Camden Market's really cool. It's better if you go in autumn. I'm not gonna lie, height of summer, bad idea. We went to Cyberdog, which is a really cool, unique store. If you don't know, it's like a cyberpunk shop. Not good in the summer. Like I saw clothes I wanted, and I was like, I'm so sweaty, I do not want to take off my clothing. Like an English Bazaar. Yeah, it's probably the best way to look at it. Now you got like loads of cool little food stalls in here. It smells so good. Go through here, lots of good food. Underground area, yes, there's an 18+ underground area of Cyberdog. Very naughty. You can get all sorts of alien penises and things. This is the Egyptian bit here, like the shimmering gold in a tunnel. It's super sick. Yes, this is where I went to a Kraken. That was the last time I went there. But Jinx and I wanted to shop around. We didn't really get a chance to shop around too much. Oh, this whole bit in a tunnel. Super sick. Like this bit isn't all inside like an old tunnel shaft. That's really cool. Anyway, so you get loads of cool stuff there. We didn't really have a time to shop around because we're meeting the boys, and we wanted to get food. And then by the time we got our food, etc., etc. Crafty DIY punk arts, all stuff. Yeah, tourist stations. Then, yeah, you still do have a lot of the cool punky shops and whatnot. There's like, if you want to go and get goth clothing, this is the place to go. But I think we're gonna go. Camden's one of my favorite. Yeah. So it's like super cool. Yeah. Yeah, we want to go. We're probably gonna go back in a few weeks, Jinx and I, because we realized like seeing naughty stuff. I can't show that on stream. I can't show that on stream. That's how you get banned. The 18+ section cannot be shown on stream. This is one of my favorite stores. Look at this place. Literally in a tiny little tunnel. No, not on stream. Just look up Cyberdog 18+. It's all, you know, it's all healthy adult stuff, but yeah, it's a cool area. So we didn't get really much shopping around before we met up with the boys. Yeah, exactly. Did true. Yeah, lots of boutique king stuff. Yeah. I tell you what, in the heat of yesterday, the shops that you don't see populated, no one's inside of, the leather shops. No one's buying leather in that heat. I want to get a black denim jacket that I can like pin and kind of get like a 1980s kind of like black denim jacket. I might even get one of those like torn sleeveless ones. I don't know, haven't decided. But I saw one and the guy was like, try them on. I was like, dude, I'll be back here maybe later on if the heat dies down, but no way right now. Mark. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did go to Hans and Gretel, which is a nice gelato shop and sweetie shop. I didn't even see the Amy Winehouse statue in Camden. I didn't know they had one. That's cute. But yeah, it's a cool area. Apocalypse Fit ready. So we went there and we met with the boys. Met with Sam and Benj, and then we went to Box Park, which is like a little eatery area, and got some yummy food. Though it was just yesterday was so miserable, like in terms of heat. It was lovely hanging out with everyone, but it was one of those days where you're just sweating your ass off, the entire time. And then so the food, the saddest thing is, right? Yeah, walking in a swamp. Yeah. By the time we walked down into the cinema, it felt fucking phenomenal. And it wasn't even like, I mean, I can only go off the word of others. It's all the time. Camden Market's always up, every day. It wasn't even one of those smelly, sweaty days. It was like, my sweat was cold. It was like, my body was trying to survive sweat. But it was pretty fucked. So, probably more enjoyable elsewise, but we got some yummy food, and then we went down and watched 28 Years Later. Came out, went to Chinatown, got a Chinese meal, a succulent Chinese meal, and then split ways. Although we had like a 10 o'clock train, Jinx and I, and we're sat on this train, and they say it's delayed by like 10 minutes. We're like, that's fine. And then they say on the announcement that like their driver, or one of the staff they need for this train, hasn't got into London yet because their train is running late. And it was 55 minutes delayed. We just sat there in London Waterloo for 55 minutes before it even moved. So we got home pretty late. We were like, oh my god. Yeah. Like, she had a bit of a stomach ache. I was tired. It was fucked. Was Genduria a lobster? We also have a pretty bad in heat, but I think we powered through. Your trains have ACs. This one did. Our first one didn't. The underground was miserable because London Underground, some of the train lines, very nice. AC, lovely. The ones we got on, the Northern Line, Old Line, Very bad. Very, very bad. Getting off of those. I was carrying around tissues to wipe sweat off my back and head. Yeah. But we had a good time. We had a good time with the boys. It was good seeing them. I said the next time we're going to hang out together, we're going to go and see that Hercules musical. The Northern Line, yep. We're going to see that Hercules musical. Which would be fun. And maybe that's when I'll go to Camden again. But, yes. That's where we were yesterday. That's why there was no stream. No stream. You see that show? Yeah, me too. It looks awesome. But I did see... Now, no spoilers, but I did see 28 Years Later, and I saw Squid Games the other day. Should I rant about Squid Game first? I hate 28 Years more. So I feel like I should save it. But I saw Squid Game the other day. And it really... It's not awful. But it really did have, without spoiling anything, a lot of useless storylines. Like non-Disney Hercules. No, it's Disney Hercules as a musical. It's just started, literally last month. It had so many storylines that led nowhere. With no satisfaction. I would say they're going to make an American one so you can see where they're going with their money. But the worst, most jarring part, I mean, the characters were all over the place. It was just like kind of like a... Like, I remember after season 1 of Squid Games, I was like, yeah, I want more. I kind of look at it now and I'm like... You could have ended this in season 1. They brought in VIP actors. So in Squid Game, if you don't know what the concept is, if you've lived under a rock, contestants are going in to break their debt by getting paid a shit ton of money. They get to compete in a bunch of kids' games which have deathly endings. And the VIPs... Let's point a story yet. The VIPs who like to watch the death were like these hidden characters that you don't really see much of. They wear masquerade kind of Venetian kind of animal masks. And they just kind of stay in their booth watching, right? Like this interesting, like, ooh, enigmatic people from across the world that come to watch death. Rich, like, it's a classic concept, right? It's literally, there's a whole book on this which has been made into 10 different movies where rich people like to see poor people die. You know, it's the idea of gladiatorial events, right? But they gave them characters in Squid Game. And the actors for all of the VIPs were worse than porn actors. It was like, not B-movie, D-movie stuff. It'd be like, one of them would literally, there was like a line that was like, yes, you should keep that one around. She's like Wonder Woman. And they're like, oh, yes, that's from Marvel, right? He goes, actually, no, it's from DC. And it was acting like, it was worse than porn acting. It was so crazy. Yeah, the writing was really bad. And then just, it was just a mess. So... We were in a little bit disappointed because we were like, Jinx and I were already a bit annoyed that season 2 and 3 got split into 2 halves in like a weird way. But then that was, yeah, it felt soulless. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go as, David, you hate it more than I. Genuinely the worst story produced in modern history. You're more angry than I am. That's how I feel about, no, it's not how I feel. I don't feel that strongly about 28 years. Now. Before going and watching, I'm not going to spoil. No, you should watch season 1, Max. It's very good. I'm not going to, actually, hold on, before I do this, let me just say thanks to some subs that came in the other day, because I keep forgetting to do that. Let me do that. But I'm gonna not spoil 28 years. The only thing you're going to hear spoiled about it is it's the concept in terms of, the theme. Casey, thank you so much for the sub from 2 days ago. This is after I turned off my stream on D&D. And Narwhal as well for the new sub. Thank you so much. Welcome in. I was very excited. You're back in the book? Yeah. and more like what to expect. I was very excited to go and see 28 Years Later. Both Jinx and I were like, man, we want to go to the cinema at some point. We haven't gone in ages. This is the first time we've gone to the cinema in years. So I got stupid hair on my face. We wanted to. We were super excited to see 28 Years. And it was fun hanging out with the boys, and I'm glad I saw it. Like, I'd rather really dislike a movie or really like it. I don't like thinking a movie's just okay. So it is on the really dislike end. We went and saw 28 Years thinking, like, this is going to be great. So the night before, I had people loving it. I know some people love it. I'll be honest with you. I do think it's those people that kind of get all, like, arty. This movie, I'm genuinely giving it a 2 out of 10. I thought most of it was shite. The acting's fine. The writing and the editing, abysmal. I hated it. I loved it, really. I hated it. I hated it with such a core. I went and watched. I thought it was amazing. We are the opposite, my man. We watched 28 Days beforehand, and 28 Days Later. Now the editing in 28 Days Later is a bit shit. It's edited like a bad student movies at times, but it's a great movie underlying, right? It's a great movie. It was the first one to really explore the whole, like, waking up, you know, what if you wake up in an apocalypse, like, you know, but awesome movie. I love 28 Days Later because it's very, like, gritty, British, you know, scary, apocalyptic. It inspired a bunch of stuff, like most of the Walking Dead's inspired by that kind of thing. Just spoiling me? No, because I'm not going to spoil anything. We watched that night beforehand to kind of recap ourselves, and it's great. So there are scenes in 28 Days Later which are, like, still so goddamn tense. Like, even though I know when every character dies or doesn't die, etc., there's a scene where they go through a tunnel, and there's a blockade in the tunnel. They drive their taxi over it, the group, and they pop a tire, and then they're fixing the tire on, and a bunch of rats run by, and then you see the infected are coming into the tunnel, and you just see the shadows of the infected. And the way it's filmed and shot, terrifying. Right? You're, like, tense the whole time. They're going to get closer. They're going to get closer. They're going to get closer. And even though you know no one gets nabbed in that scene, you're like, oh my God, it's so tense. You know, it's so close. And it was the first movie to really explore the idea of, like, what if you should be just as scared of the living as you are with the infected, right? That's the whole soldier part of 28 Days Later. Great movie overall, outside of a few weird student-y edits. 28 Weeks Later is a Hollywood kind of take on with a higher budget on the 28 Days Later. It's a bit more generic. The opening's unbelievable. The opening's amazing. And then the build up to the outbreak, great too. I won't spoil it, that one, just in case you haven't seen that one. I don't know. Yes, exactly, top of the line. But 28 Weeks Later is okay. It's just a bit more Hollywood-fied. But it's a horror movie. 28 Years Later is not a horror movie. And I hate the idea of subverting expectations just for the sake of subverting expectations to try and make an art movie. If you're going to try and subvert an entire genre, you're going to piss off a lot of people. Because you go into that movie hoping to see, what is the British island? The trailer was horror. Exactly. The trailer very much was pushing horror, 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 horror. I hate this modern day filmmaking trope of subverting expectations for the sake of subverting expectations, so you can be like, oh, all it does is piss you off. It's the same here, right? If you have a wedding, you serve food that is universal and means something to you. If you hit everyone with a fucking full dead pig, they're not going to do it. They're not going to eat it. Shows an action movie, yeah. It was like a third horror. See, Spooky, I genuinely think there was one horror scene in this movie. The rest of it was so silly in comparison. Like Joker 2 being a musical, yeah. It subverted expectations in a weird way. This movie is ridiculous. It's mostly dark comedy. It's very, very arty. The editing is crazy. There are some really silly decisions by all characters who do nothing. Most of the character decisions in this movie will make no sense. The acting's good. I haven't actually seen Green Knight, but I know Green Knight's loved. I think probably more, Levo. This movie is not horror. It will do weird shit. The ending is maybe the worst minute ending I've ever seen of a movie. For me, it was awful. It was very Green Knight. Okay. The thing is, Green Knight is the ending was so far. Oh, spooky. The ending was the worst ending I think I've seen of a film in 20 years. Levo, at least with the Green Knight, you'd go in there as a standalone movie. It's someone's vision. This pissed me off way more because I went in thinking, I want to see a terrifying... No, I might like the Green Knight because I don't mind a silly movie if it's an expression. But using a franchise which is genuinely like a few decades old to try and do your little art fair, Danny Boyle, quit. I wanted it. There are some amazing concepts in this movie. For example, it's not a spoiler, France and other countries, European countries, have the UK in a full lockdown. This is like life goes on elsewhere. And this is... Yeah, you should watch this movie. You might like it. If you do... I don't want to insult Jason. If you do like this movie, you probably like Andy Warhol. I fucking hate Andy Warhol. Because I feel like Andy Warhol's an... I think he made art to try and be called an artist. And that's what I feel like Danny Boyle is doing right now. He tried to make it so that people would go away being like, and he could go, you just don't understand it. No, I understood it. Do you know what's an arty movie? I just had this discussion with Jinx. The Matrix is arty. The Matrix has loads of trans underlying stuff. It completely explores the idea of, I mean, obviously it's Ghost in the Shell, but they put it into a Western audience. It explores the idea of what is real, what do we perceive as real, what we want to be. Super artsy. It's also extremely well written, really well directed, really well edited, really well pieced together. Great movie. This is like someone is trying to be called an artist. This is like, for me, this is like what people pretending to be artists. This is like going to an Andy Warhol thing and everyone going, yes, he must have been, yes, of course, this means something. And you're like, what a crock of shit. The editing was terrible. And there's one sad scene in the movie, and I say sad, pretentious and superficial. That's how I felt about it. There's one scene that's meant to be very heartbreaking and sad. It was tropey. And the worst part about it, I was laughing. The entirety of the sad scene, I was cracking up because there's some ridiculousness. All I'll say to you about this is you're meant to feel sad for this character and to sedate them because they're going through like something. To sedate them, this character uses a blowpipe. And so there's really sad like music playing, and you see, and I died laughing. It was hilarious. And then you've got, I will bring in this point. They brought in the idea of an alpha. There's alpha, of the pack thing, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. I don't mind the idea that these infected have mutated. I think it takes away some of the excitement of the first film. Like I liked in the first film that these things can starve. There's like an element of humanity to them. The alpha was brought in, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. They bring in an alpha concept. That's fine. The idea that these things take a lot more bullets and arrows and everything to take down. But the alphas in this movie, Jinx said they look like Sam stripping. There was a point in the movie where Jinx leans across me and goes, it looks like Sam. And I lean up to Sam and go, Jinx said it looks like you. And Sam interrupts me and goes, look at the hog on him. I was like, okay, yeah, the tandem. Instead of going what I would do as a horror movie and go down the road of the alphas larger, like tanks in Left 4 Dead, a bit larger, broader, muscular, but throw some fucking veins on them, on their skin, throw some like scary makeup on, have like all their hairs falling out, but their bones are more protruded, something that shows them like something is like evolved in this creature. That would have been cool. They made them look like you're getting chased by 7.5-foot cavemen with massive penises. None of the scenes the alphas are in were scary because you're just seeing a big hairy caveman with a big dick going, huh, 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 huh. And it's kind of funny. it's kind of funny. There were veins, yeah, varicose ones, yeah. Oh, there's massive zombie dick. Did the others enjoy it? Benji didn't like the editing, but he liked the art side of things. I think Benji likes that stuff more than I do. Sam didn't like it. Jinx hated it as well. Yeah, the zombie dick's there for the art. Just this movie pissed me off. I want like I was saying, I can't tell you my theory of it. I'll tell you in a month how I would have written it. And there'll be people that the artsy people will go, well, that doesn't sound so unique. That sounds kind of, you know, like it's been done before. I'll say every theme explored in this movie has been done before. They're very introspective. Look, the thing is though, I'm telling you, The Matrix is an introspective movie. You can come out of The Matrix thinking about what's real. Like, it literally inspired shit ton. I was obviously Ghost in the Shell beforehand. That's fine. I like introspection. I hate the concept that if I shit on an arty movie, then I am not artistic or anything like that, right? But the reality is, I just think that if you're making art for art's sake, you better do it in a good way. Because of course you're going to piss people off when you take a franchise which is known for horror and you don't make a horror movie. Like, I wanted to go in there and get terrified. I wanted to explore the concept of, like, this. You are the original movie to really explore why you should fear humans just as much as infected. And oh my god. And there were so many stupid edits. Like, there's a whole segment, and this doesn't spoil anything, where they're editing as your two protagonists are walking out of their, like, civilization to go on hunt. It's edited together World War II footage of people marching and trying to be tense. The thing that was in the trailer. That's edited into the movie. And there is nothing clever about that to me. It is so, like, pretentiously art for the sake of art. You know? And I'm like... It's so cool, though. Oh, my God. Spooky. Everything you loved about it, I think, is the things I hated about it. God damn it, Jason. It's so deep. I hate it. It looks good. It looks good. It's a pretty movie. I think the acting's great. It's the only movie I've ever seen people from Newcastle, Geordies, who talk like this, like they talk like that. As the two parents are played by Geordies. Comer and Aaron Taylor's characters are both Geordie. Yes, they filmed both at the same time. And do you know what? I heard about this beforehand, and I heard that they might struggle to get a sequel after that, and they want to do a trilogy. And I was like, oh man, really? Now I'm hoping the second one doesn't even come out. And again, I don't mind art. Like, this is not a case that, like, I went to film school and everything, okay? I did all that shit. And there was kids at film school that I did not like their opinions on movies. But I like art. I equally like Hollywood stuff. I enjoy movie for movie making. But I like when you explore themes and concepts without throwing it in the... It always feels like the filmmaker is trying to be so clever. Record for a Dream editing? Oh, I think honestly sometimes it's worse. It is so disjointed. It is like a TV show being... It is like you've got a season of a TV show cut down into a single film. Yeah, I'm the same way, Levo. I like art when it's... It makes you think afterwards. Unhinged. Yeah, the editing's crazy. I'm just annoyed that I wanted a horror movie. I wouldn't have minded if Danny Boy wanted to do his little experimental movie in a different setting, in a weird little setting. He builds his own little world there. I think he could have designed a whole different thing. But I wanted, like, there's a concept here where Europe keeps the UK in pure lockdown. I wanted moments where, like, a group, like, take a boat out and the Coast Guard just wipe them out. You know? I just want a good horror movie. I want to feel like you're so isolated on the island. I want to see how this community interacts. And you know, I wanted a sequel. What's your favorite horror movie? Favorite one I've seen in the cinema was Paranormal Activity. Favorite horror movie of all time? Excluding Cabin in the Woods, because it'd be up there, but that's mostly because of all of the other horror tropes in it. Honestly, Flesh, that might make it better. The Thing's up there. Aliens. The sequel, Aliens. Alien and Aliens combo, but Aliens. Texas Chainsaw 1 is good. And I'm a sucker. Wreck's really good. Wreck is really good. I mean, my favorite horror movies aren't really the scariest ones, though. Like Nightmare on Elm Street terrified me as a kid. I laugh at it now. Aliens is my favorite horror movie, but it's not the scariest. Like, I don't really find it scary. The scariest movie I've seen is Paranormal Activity 1. Because for some reason, the cinema was, like, so unique for that movie. Event Horizon, I'm not the biggest fan of. Annihilation's, yeah, similar thing, right? I don't really get scared of it. I like the horror elements. But yeah, so anyway, I didn't really like 28 Years. You might like it, especially if you go in knowing that you're not watching a 28 days/weeks film. You are watching Danny Boyle's version of, like, Zombie Green Knight. Maybe you'd like it more. I think definitely the subversion of expectations pissed me off more than anything else. Because I'm like, dude, the first movie's so tense. The opening of the second movie is unbelievable. There is no scene that even comes close to either of those in horror. There's one slightly tense scene. I would say pretty decently tense scene, but for 1 minute. That is the only scene. So, if you go on with that in mind, maybe you enjoy it more than I did. Just be pre-warned. I wish someone pre-warned me before going into that. If the trailer's into subversion, would I have liked it? Probably not still. I still think it was one of those, like, I'm really anti-pretentious. I've not seen Witch. Or Vitch. I'm really I really don't like pretentious stuff. Like, I find it, like, exhausting. Like, Andy Warhol is, like, the enemy of my mind. I hate Andy Warhol with such a passion. I hated anyone that liked his art. I don't hate everyone that hates it. I hate talking about Andy Warhol. I find it so annoying. Andy Warhol is, like, my go-to example of pretentiousness. I don't like art. I don't like when someone's trying to make art deep without making something quality as well. I'll tell you about what I would have done in 28 years in, like, a month, okay? Once it becomes, like, out, someone remind me about it, and I'll give you, like, I spoke about a Jinx. I was like, this is what I would do. And you might go, that sounds pretty generic. That sounds like a movie I've seen before. And I'd be like, yeah. But goddamn, would it have been a very tense horror that I would have loved. And I'll tell you, I don't mind tropes. I don't mind when something is similar to something else. Midsommar in the menu. I didn't find Midsommar scary. Mostly because I don't find cult stuff that scary. So that's the only... I got a bit bored of Midsommar. I haven't seen The Lighthouse, but it probably will be. We'll see. But I think The Lighthouse probably tried something. You know what you're going in for as well. This took one of my favorite franchises of just, like, horror and basically ruined it for me. What was the other one, though? The Menu. The Menu I mostly liked. I did not like the ending of The Menu. I didn't like the last 15 minutes of The Menu, but I really liked everything building up to it because I thought that's fun. $28 days, 28 weeks. So yes, if you go into it, just don't expect a really 28 horror. There's a couple of moments, but like E.G. Halo, it's just strange. How do you feel about Banksy? No, Banksy's good. I think modern art doesn't necessarily mean pretentious to me. Banksy was hitting the graffiti, like, it was graffiti art of high quality that has a pretty cool emotion and meaning. I think the idea of him keeping himself unknown was cool. Andy Warhol, though, painted fucking cans in 4 different colors and it was like, you like? Yeah. But We shredded the piece out. Yeah, shit like that. Yeah, exactly. It's funny. That's ours now, yeah. Yeah, and Banksy's kind of like punk art. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I ranted. I needed to rant about that, chat. I needed to rant about it. Look, you might love it. You might like it. You might like it. You know, it's genuinely. I really wanted just a thrilling horror movie. And I didn't get one. They both Jinx and I were coming out like, fuck, man, I want to see a horror movie. But there's actually some good horror movies coming out soon. The one that I do want to see is Together. The one with Alison Brie and Dave Franco. Because I've never seen those two in a movie together, but I've seen them in interviews together. And they have so much chemistry as a couple. So now they're playing a couple on screen that like glues together. It looks fucking weird. So I feel like that's going to be good because they're going to kill it acting wise. And then I'm excited also to watch. I want to watch Sinners in my own time because we didn't get a chance to see it in the cinema, and I've heard it's good. I haven't seen Fear Below. Weapons looks great. Yeah, Weapons looks great, and I really like the actor that played Ruth in Ozark. She's great. Sinners is dope. Yeah, I've only heard great things about Sinners. I might watch Sinners tonight. We might watch it tonight. Sorry to Jinx fans, by the way. I've kidnapped her for an extra couple of days. She wanted to stick around, and I'm not going to say no. You watch your Final Destination? I feel like it would just give me anxiety. Do you know what I mean? I feel like... Also, Spooky, Jason, we have to plan when you're next going on GTA and I'm around. We have to go on GTA together again. I haven't seen you in ages, man. I feel like the first couple of Final Destinations just gave me irrational fears. With Cancer Foundation, I saw that. Yeah, they were like, "What the fuck." So I don't know if I want to see the new one. I just don't need extra fears in my life. I'm already scared of dying all the time. Pussy? Yeah, but it's a weird fear. It's not really like... I like to be jump scared. I like to be tense in a cinema. I don't want to have to overthink glass in my drink. You know what I mean? It's just stressful. It's just a stressful one. Like, that'll make me die earlier. Cooking in a tanner. Yeah, there's just... Like, I go on planes now... And sometimes my mind would just go, shit, what if we die like in Final Destination? And then until I'm in the air properly, it's in my mind going, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. It's something to think they're funny, yeah. I mean, I used to find like Saw like, oh, gross, funny. Nowadays I'm like, oh, oh dear. Can we go down the plane? Puddle on the floor and he slammed his head into the toilet. Is it very fun, a new one? I don't know. The trailer already freaked me out enough with the glass. If there's any trailers and stuff, that are game trailers or movie trailers come out in the last few days, chat, that are worth watching, link them in the chat and I'll put them on the list. We'll watch them. Turbulence never leads to plane crashes, I think. Max, are you sure about that? I don't think I've seen Hail Mary. I might have seen that in the cinema. No. I don't think that's true, Max. I don't think that's... I'm sure there's been turbulence that's caused one of the engines to go out or something. Your Horse Girl game enjoyer now too? I don't think I've played any. Sam did tell me though. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Rivals, man. I do want to play the new Monster Hunter update. Sam told me that he's nearly elite in rematch, which was almost like I was almost like, oh man, well, what the frick's the point in me ever playing this again now? He's too far ahead. What's funny and gets decent viewership? The horse game? What is this horse game? To anime. It's a horse girl gotcha. Let me see. Anime horse girl racing. New Running Man trailer? I don't know. It's like Monster Ranch about horse racing. I'd play an anime game if it has a fun concept like that. I'll throw the Running Man in there. It's got Twitch drops. Okay. Is it what's it called? Literal Horse Girl. What's the game called? Uma Moose. Okay. Oh, it's free to play. I mean, I was because I was trying to work out what game I should play after we check out the D&D stuff. Because I'm not doing a long stream today, but overwhelmingly positive. Wait, when you say gotcha, do you mean I have to pay real money? Sure. Sure, I'll try this game out. Is it easy to get into? Sam's not over 100. It's because Sam doesn't have any self-control and he has too much money. I love Sam. But when you're rich, you become less frugal. You know? My ass played League for like 6 years straight and I spent £100 on it. And I don't really want spoilers though. I'll watch that after I play the game. Yeah, £100 for Sam is tame. Back any games from the Steam Summer Sale? No, we can look through it though. We should look through it, and cause it's still on, right? Yeah, we should look through it because I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't. This is the first time I sat down my PC. No, I meant spoilers in like I haven't seen this game at all. Robocop's that cheap? Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to see the game at all. And horror playthrough? Yeah, I already tried Outlast once. I ain't touching that shit again. I am going to play Outlast Trials, I think, with Naomi, Jinx, and Bibio. We need to set up a peak day. Probably not until next week, though. This week's going to be a bit of an awkward streaming week. I think I'm going to stream today, tomorrow, then Sunday. Because on Thursday, I've got to go pick up my glasses early. I've got an apartment viewing early. So, I'm a bit all over the place. So next week, we'll do a lot of gammon. Oh, hunting is annoying. Dude, the amount of estate agents that just don't want to use email. You moving? Yeah, I'm trying to move. Every bit of helps towards subs, etc. That's what we're basically trying to do. Some estate agents are archaic. Like, they'll call me up at 9 a.m. They're successful. There's a couple I really like. Just gotta hear back from them. They'll call me up at like 9 a.m. being like, okay, so still just confirming that we're all good for checking out a house on Thursday. I'm like, dude, just email me. Also, for normal people, wouldn't I be at work? What are you expecting from me? It's very strange. And then some of them, like one of them is like, I want to view a house, right? You should be awake. Yeah, but if I'm at work, why would I be picking up my phone? I had a good estate agent for one of the apartments. He knew what Twitch was and stuff, so that helps. Yeah, back to yeah, true. But this one was like, okay, can we get all your landlord's references? Blah, 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 asking for all this information. I'm like, so I said to him, I was like, wait, do you really need that before a viewing? And they're like, no, not before a viewing necessarily. But because I was like, yeah, I'm not going to give you that shit before. I'm not going to go and disturb a landlord before viewing your place. That's silly. And then they went, okay, but we do need guarantor information, blah, blah. I was like, you don't need all the information of a guarantor when, again, I'm viewing. I might go there and go, this place is shit. I'm okay. Why do you... I'm like, I'm not doing 100 hours of work before. It's very strange. Okay, Lamp, I'm to D, yeah. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just some of them are archaic. Some of them are really good. Easy to work with, but oh my god. I'm like, I just want to look around your house. Application fee bullshit scam? No. That sounds awful, though. That sounds awful. If I had that shit, I'd message the homeowner and be like, by the way, your estate agent is literally going to sell you down the river. Oh, really, Top? Charge you before viewing? Fuck that. But yeah. All right. There's no one viewing. Yeah. It's just a pain in the ass. Oh, no, 2 hours to get a tour. Yeah, it makes sense. This kind of fees are illegal in the UK. That makes sense. Okay. Let's look at the trailers. Do a couple of dailies. And we can look at the new D&D stuff, and then we'll play Horse Girl game. Sound good? Okay, let me knock up the sound. Just an agent to see a house. Is that Ryan Gosling? Dude, Ryan Gosling looks so young in this movie. About a minute younger, yeah. How long does it take to fly to the sun? $500 to our sun, long ass time. 20 years. This feels like huge spoilers. This feels like huge. Why have they shown me this in the trailer? Unless this happens early. Dude, they should have just shown a weird thing. Happens early in the book, okay. Honestly, they should have ended the trailer then. Where is the shot? They could have ended the trailer with showing like a glimpse of it. Could have been cool. Although I suppose maybe you'd think it's a horror. So this is kind of like The Martian meets Armageddon meets Arrival. Okay. Interesting. And meets Sunshine. Maybe it's okay. It does need Buscemi, yeah. If Buscemi was here, I'd feel safer. I don't know. That could be good. You know what? It could be good. From the author of The Martian? That makes sense. That was good. I like The Martian. The Running Man, huh? Good. Glad the trailer starts now. Josh Brolin. What else has this actor been in? I've seen this guy around. I couldn't name a single thing he's been in. I was in the new Top Gun. Was that dude that said "Welcome to the Running Man"? Was his first big gig that Fear the Walking Dead? That's where I know him from. He's been in a bunch of films since then. Oh, that makes sense. It looks very Kingsman. Ah, I always like seeing his little face. Okay. Yeah, I feel like trailers are over 2 minutes to show much. Okay. I mean, it's very Edgar Wright, right? The Edgar Wright movies probably just fun and super entertaining fun. Fun popcorn movie. It's a good like movie to throw on in the evenings. If you like Baby Driver and Kingsman and stuff. Alright, that was fun. Don't do it for me. No, it's very Edgar Wright. And this You can guess in the chat, by the way. I don't look at the chat until afterwards. But I have no idea. Wait, is this Lord? Wait, no. What's her face? Lana Del Rey. Wait, I do know this. I don't know if I've ever heard this. I've never heard that in my life. So I'm not sad about not getting it. Never heard that song in my damn life. Is that Rihanna? It does sound like Rihanna. It's got Adam Sandler vibes to it. Never mind. Is this the movie where the kid grows up? It's got Patricia Arquette in it. It is, isn't it? Is that what this movie's called? What's this called? Fuck. Life? I think that is it is this movie. This is the movie that they think they filmed it over 14 years. I just don't remember what it's called. Am I right? Boyhood. Yeah. That movie's so depressing. Don't watch that movie unless you're ready. This is art. To me, that's artistic, right? They took 14 years to film this movie because they wanted to keep the same actors and watch them growing up. But there's a one scene where Patricia Arquette, she's amazing in it. It's really cool. You should watch it. I'm saying don't watch it because it made me depressed at one point. She has this rant, which I'll show you. It's very sweet. It's a very wholesome movie. It's very, you know... I'll show you. Hold on. The background music's annoying here, but I couldn't find it with that. It's gonna know. How do I find his mum's name? Boyhood. I don't want to watch it with a stupid background. Like someone else thinks they edited this movie better, so they fucking throw on their own music in the background like a tit. Olivia says goodbye. He's only going off to college, by the way, chat. It's not. She's so good in it, and that whole scene made me so depressed. Because this film shows you how fast time goes by. It's like she just literally. I was like, oh yeah, you really do tick box. Is that Patricia Arquette? She's really good. It's just a tick box where you realize, oh yeah, no wait, what else have I got to look for? Oh my god, it's really depressing. It's really good though. It's very cool the fact that they filmed over. It took them 14 years to film it, so you actually see the kid grow up. and it's fun. It's very gritty. It reminds me of The Bear. You know how The Bear is very, like, it feels real. Ow! That was so loud. All right, artist first name. I have no idea who this is. Never heard that song in my life. Okay, Kevin Harris. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Ooh, ABBA. Britney. La 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 la. Mind. Can't get you out of my mind. And I don't know who. Race, maybe? Oh. I should have just waited. It's going to be Rush. Sugar, why you get so high. So I don't know these ones. I'm going to reveal square and see if I can guess the rest. Is it Dia? Dua or Dua Lipa? Okay. Reveal square. Reveal square. First name, Haley? Is it Haley? I still be Haley then. And then this one's, I don't know what this is, but it's apparently a... Von, what the fuck? Just reveal this damn word. Von Dutch? Wait, what the fuck? Last word of the song title? Oh, game out of my head. It's not mind. Got it. It's head. That makes sense. I was like, what the fuck? Did she say hind? Okay. Now, JP thinks he could beat me at this game. Time guesser. So we're going to do the daily chat. Just practice. Practice. I'm probably blocking it. Let me make myself smaller. I used to be a god at this. Me cross for a while. I don't do that shit. Chat ruined it. People do it first and then they'd act like they didn't do it. I always get confused between the Arch in London and the Arch de Trance. I'm pretty sure this is France. Right? It's okay, they're close together anyway. World War One? It looks World War One-y to me. Could it be the end of World War One? Let's try it. Oh, sorry. Let me look at what's the is it the Marble Arch in UK? Yeah, it's much, no, not the Marble Arch. What's the other arch in the UK? No, it's the Marble Arch. It's much smaller. It's much smaller. In my head, it's massive. It's much smaller in the UK. Much smaller. So I don't know why I get them confused together. I'm never again now. It's much bigger. Year-wise, I was 10 years off. That's pretty fucking rough. Okay, we're in Uganda. Which is southern, isn't it? Isn't it southern? Angola. Uganda. It's middle. Let's go Kampala. I hope it's... And they don't just love this guy. Modern day switches. Are they separated because of COVID or just because of it being beautiful? I don't know. Let's go more recent. Let's go 2020. Okay. No, it's just because they had a big room. Why not? Why not? You know, there's got a big room. There's got a big room. Why not? If you got a big room, you just separate everyone. Why not? Yeah, not bad, not bad. Always. Kahils. Damaras, furnish, carpet, bargains, Tuhays. Dude, I'm so out of... I'm trying... I don't know the language. I haven't done this in so long. Tamara? Who puts... I mean... Is it Ireland? Could there be like an O'Malley situation here? Or is that a trick? Maybe it's... I see a double-decker bus. When you close your eyes, does it always feel like... Ah! Okay, I think it's UK. Are they driving on the left? Hard to say. Don't be like some fucking district in New York. I don't think so. Not with these kind of rails. That's just like, oh, we've got Irish descent. I'm going to think it's Dublin. And I'm going to say it is 1983. Shit! The car threw me off in the background. That looks quite a modern little truck. But we got the location. I just got to get better. Yeah, people say you could... Yeah, this could be yesterday in the UK. It's true. Okay. Is this... American flag? My first thought was like a Dunkirk thing. With all the boats in the forefront. And I was like, oh, look, there's, you know, but now I'm really thrown off. What the feck is this? I mean, if I had to guess what coast that would be... No, I'm struggling. I don't know. My first thought was to go Mediterranean. But now... Oh, if I could just read any of the words there. But then... They look of Asian descent. Union. I have absolutely no idea. This is throwing me off big time, this one. I don't know. I'm America? Do I go Pacific? I don't know. Is this And then I look at the buildings in the background and they seem very like not necessarily modern, but closer to modern than what I would have gone. I think I'm gonna get cooked. I actually no idea. But these are not like long. These are riverboats. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I'm thinking the black and white is a I'm thinking the black and white is a red herring. No, they look of Asian descent. Fuck it. I don't think it is. Let's go off the coast of Vietnam. I don't think it's true that it can't be. Not with. No, it's not. Is it Korean wartime? No, they wouldn't. I don't know. But I'm gonna lose points. No idea. 53. Was it? What was it? Hong Kong. That's tough. 50s. I was so far off in the year. Is it Kong on the boat? No. Did I miss a word? Did I miss Kong? You saw Kong? Oh, that one there. I'll be honest with you. I read that and I thought it was the name of the boat. That's a good clue. I kind of flicked through it. Damn, that one was rough. Oh, we got two more chances though. We got two more chances for this. Croydon, UK. Okay. Now, if this ain't the 70s, 80s, I don't know what is. Where is Croydon? It's southern UK. Croydon's one of those places I've always heard. Is it a district in London, Croydon? It is. It's just South London. Okay. Should have gone earlier. Will JP score? No, we haven't faced off against each other yet. Just gonna lose to JP? Hey, no way, dude. Are you kidding me? He won't understand what Croydon is. I just... mine's just pure. You know. $32K, it's alright. I've gone based on the water. Let me zoom in more. Yeah, probably. I do alright. Chat, look. If I'll give my... Look, we'll check this out. Ready? Time limit. We'll give myself... Let's use intuition. 45 seconds. Would it be out all the way here? Or would it be... Oh, is this like lost territory? For the USSR? Fuck! Oh, damn it! I should have got shot! Damn it! Budapest. Even down Budapest, you're right. I forgot about that rule. Shit. Oh no, I've got a random ping in my Discord from what channel was up? From a how that, mute. I'm gonna super zoom these. 939, 960. Like I said, where I don't know the language. This game, Eastern Europe again, I'd guess. I mean, I don't see enough W's for the Lash game. Okay, Upanev, let's go. I'll go for 60, hoping it's around there. I don't know the language well enough. Where's Helsinki? So far off. Fuck. Yugoslavia. I don't know the language at all. Completely fecked on that. Now we're in Finland. These kids look Finnish as hell. This has got to be 1991, right in Helsinki somewhere. Now we're in Finland. You pricks. 71. I also just saw that in the background. I've been here. Okay. Let's go 75. Motherfucker. Naples? How the fuck am I going to get Naples? You give me Rome on the goddamn sign. That one's just bullshit. I guess NA there. But you could drive up from there. You could drive up from there. It's not a long drive. Yeah, Roma. You get that? Yeah, you might get London, and London. It is bullshit. All right, I think this is Florence in Italy. Please be right. Please be right. Please be right. Please be right. In 1959. Look at that! That's what I'm talking about. You see this, chat? Yeah, I'm back. Nail the date. Knew the goddamn. I was one bridge across. I told you it was in there somewhere. I told you. This is one of my favorite. Oh shit! What a guess. The 59 was a guess. Florence, though, my favorite city in Italy. Okay. Boom. 35k. I'm telling you, chat. JP's got to do some. He's got to do some geography homework. Okay. I keep doing this in a week. We're gonna start seeing the 40ks again. Florence is awesome. Yeah. All right. Chat. Before we play any games or anything, there's a new D&D subclass list. He's old. He's an old American. Older American. I think he's actually not far off me. An American. We have the European advantage. Yeah, I do need to sit down, read languages, and I need to sit down and look at flags. And I think I'll do a lot better. Do I have any suggestion for someone going there for 1 week in Italy? What's your favorite Italian food? The best pesto food is in the north. The best tomato-based dishes are in the south. Rome is... my favorite pizza I had was actually in Florence. I imagine lasagna will be southern-based. I've been to... there. I'm not going to count Genoa. I was there for like half an hour. Florence... Pisa, near Naples. I went to where my family was born, so it was it's off the coast. Venice and Rome. I think that's what places went. Florence is unbelievable. Florence, you walk around, it feels like you're in like a time warp. It's beautiful. It's exactly what you imagine France to be. So France, Italy, like it is Italian, like, you know, romance in a city. It's very beautiful architecture, lovely. Like that bridge is gorgeous. The food there, really fresh, lovely. If you go down towards Naples and the coast there, the food is so fresh. It's lovely. Like I've had like I remember like I was served this like pasta dish. You could tell the pasta was freshly made. The fish was freshly caught. Like everything felt so light. Naples in that area, gorgeous because you've got Vesuvius nearby. That's awesome. Go and see Pompeii. Pompeii's awesome. Like there is no feeling I've had that is close to the feeling of standing in the Forum of Pompeii and looking at Mount Vesuvius in the distance and looking around and feeling like what they must have felt like when they saw that place erupt. The idiots, you know, their water would have tasted like sulfur for a long time, but you know, maybe they didn't know what that meant. Rome was a little disappointing. Rome was a bit disappointing. Outside of seeing specifically the Forum in Rome was cool. The Colosseum is very packed. It's very touristy. It's a bit sad. I was hoping that they would keep more than just the Colosseum in a state of history. But like I remember my first time seeing the Colosseum, I was like, wow. And then a big double-decker bus pulls up in front of it, and I'm like, yep, that's the modern era. Rome is very much like touristy. It feels like it doesn't feel very different to like your other capitals of Europe. Capitals of Europe becoming very homogenized, right? And Venice is a bit of a tourist trap too. Venice is a cool city, and if you go to Venice, walk in the back alleys. It's a bit smelly. It's a bit ugly. It's unique. Don't go on a gondola. You're going to get ripped off. The gondolas don't go down the canals in a beautiful way. They are traffic jammed. It's like being on one of those water rides at a theme park. It is traffic jam central. It is not good. If you go down the back alleys, if you go to Rome, go to like some of the small parts of Rome. Go down the back alleys of of Venice. My favorite part of Venice was I went down a back alley, and it was like 5 foot wide. This alley, right? And I was lost away from all the tourists. It was lovely. And I remember I found a bar, and I went and sat in there, had a drink, and the bartender was challenging people to games of FIFA, and just locals who were walking in, and he was just having a great time. And that was like, that was such a little pocket of Italy. That was lovely. So if you go to Venice, try and go down the back alleys. Don't go in the main center. I mean, you walk through the main center, but just look for back alleys and stuff if you want to feel near the culture. But my main recommendations would be Naples and Florence. Here's playing FIFA with people. Games of FIFA. A football game. But I went to a place called Ravello, which I'd highly recommend. It's a rich place now, though. I'll show you Ravello. Ravello's where my nan comes from, so we wanted to see it. It's like this beautiful, like, seaside coast. That's really gorgeous, but that's now become like a 5-star fucking, like, go and get a 5-star hotel shit there. So we drove around the mountain and got to it. But that's really cool. That place is gorgeous. If you want to see like a pocket of Italy that is just kept its beauty, but there's like a really sweet, cool. I saw an open door wedding here. It's moved on to rematch, no doubt. Yeah, but then you've got like obviously rich people taking over. You're Italian. I don't call myself Italian. My nan was Italian. I'm not. I was born in England. And she died when I was 5, and she died at like 85. I'm generations apart. So, but I've grown up around a lot of Italian culture, I should say. Like, that's what my dad would cook. Yeah, Italian has ancestry. So, new shit from Dungeons and Dragons. Let me throw on like a little like Baldur's Gate menu music, because it's always good. Baldur's Gate. Oh, character creation music. Before you start this, yeah, hit me up with anything. Do you know Trials of Tav got updated again? When was the last update? Yeah, exactly, Jack. Yeah. Um. Oh, it's in modern thingy now with the bit patches and subclasses. Ooh, that's pretty sick. Okay. Before we dive into this, I'm gonna stretch my legs, and then I will read through this, and then we'll see what time it is after we read through this. But if you're interested in this, this is subclasses for Dungeons and Dragons. We've got the Cleric, Arcana domains come back. Arcane Archer for the Fighter. Hexblade Warlock got another rework, so compared to the old one. Conjurer, Enchanter, Necromancer, and Transmuter. I don't think we've seen any of those. Maybe Conjurer we saw got a rework before, and it's getting another rework now. But Necromancer I'm super excited for. And then 2 new subclasses entirely. Interesting. Yeah, I'd be down to check it out. All right. 2 secs, chat. Let me take my headset. And a little mini break. So you're going to see some behind the scenes. Ouch. Okay. Oh, man, welcome in. Yeah, we're about to look through them now. Yo, Assassin Duck, thank you so much for the 57. Okay. So, let me pause this. We're going to do the other music. Arcane Subclasses. So, let me get each of them up on a different little tab. Yeah, things are good. Remember, if you have read through these, though, chat, don't spoil them for me. The exciting thing for me is to... don't give me... give your opinions as we go if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, wait until the end to form them, because I don't want to be tainted. I want to have, like... I want to give my opinions on what I think of it, and then you guys can, like, change it, etc. Yes, down by the river. Let me see. Arcana. Domain. Cleric. We haven't seen another rendition of this, right? Let me, D&D Unearthed Arcana. Yeah, that wasn't just for you, man. Just in case other people came in as well. We saw the... Is it in the horror subclass? We saw the Hexblade? Yes, we did. Hexblade. So I've got that Hexblade in here somewhere. What other ones have we... Have we seen a rendition of any of the other ones? Like Conjurer, Enchanter, Necromancer, and Transmuter? Yo, thanks for the 46 months, Crazy Craig. That's my favorite D&D show now. Thanks, man. I'm pleased to hear. It's been fun. He abuses DM superiority. How do I outplay that? You can't beat the DM. You can guilt trip them. Yeah, that was fun. That was good. I don't think we've seen... That's awesome to hear. No other UA stuff? Okay, so all the other ones are just remakes or new. Okay. From all the past. That's cool. Or if you want to beat the DM, just kill their favorite NPCs. That'll piss them off. Okay, so I've got all the wizard ones in there. Arcane Archer. Was Arcane Archer not remade? In any other Unearthed Arcana? I swear I've read an Arcane Archer update. Wait, where the shit is it? Oh, only BG3, that's probably why. Where's Arcane Archer? That's weird. Okay, we got the Arcana thingy. Arcana Domain, Arcane Archer, Hexblade there, the Wizards, and then 2 new ones. Okay, I got everything. Oh, was I looking at the 2024 fighter? That's why. Okay. Nature Valley was the wrong snack to pick to talk over, so I'm going to push it to the side. If you don't know about the subclasses first, I'll give you some some idea. Arcana Domain, in its old version, was if you kind of wanted to play a wizardy cleric. A cleric who's more focused on the magic and gods behind magic. If your reasoning for opening up a spell book is not to cast a greater spell, but to ask who created such spell, who makes this magic, how does it all weave together? So, we're going to look at them piece by piece. Their domain spell list used to be Detect Magic, Magic Missile, Magic Weapon, Magic Aura, Dispel Magic, Magic Circle, Arcane Eye, Lehman Secret Chest, Planar Binding, and Teleportation Circle. Detect Magic, Magic Missile, Magic Weapon, Nistle's Magic Aura, all the same. Counterspell. Oh, Clerics get a Counterspell and Dispel Magic, so they got rid of Magic Circle. Arcane Eye and Lehman's Secret Chest, still the same, Planar Binding, Teleportation Circle. Bigby's Hand, and Teleportation Circle. No more Planar Binding. Okay. It used to give you Arcana skill, 2 characters of your choice from Wizard. You can use your Channel Divinity to abjure otherworldly creatures. As an action, you present your holy symbol, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend of your choice within 30 feet. They make a wisdom save. If they fail, they turn for 1 minute. Turn means they have to keep running away from you and shit. It's like frightened. And at level 5, when a creature fails a saving throw against your arcane abjuration feature, it's banished for 1 minute. It's cool to have a banishing effect, but this one was always just a bit like, you know, it's strong, but So they're giving you proficiency Arcana. Okay, you get the 2 cantrips, same as that always. A modify magic, so it's gonna be new. When you cast a spell, you can expend 1 use to your Channel Divinity and change the spell in one of the following ways. 1 target of the spell gains a number of temporary hit points equal to 2d8 plus your cleric level. And when you cast that spell that forces a creature to make a saving throw, choose 1 target of the spell you can see, roll 1d6, and apply the number rolled as a penalty to the target saving throw. So you get like a Mega Bane and a big temporary hit points boost. Huh. That's much more in line. You're like fundamentally showing what you can do with magic. Okay. That's much better than just turning 1 dude. That's pretty sick. I like that. I gotta stop eating this. It's so addictive. Hold on. It used to have at level 6, when you restore hit points to an ally with first level spell higher, you can also end 1 spell of your choice on that creature. The spell must be equal to or lower than the level spell cast you used for the healing spell. This does not come up. Happy Canada Day. This is not a good use because it doesn't come up. And it's an unfortunate feature. Like, it's so hard for this to go off. You need, like, when your friends are slowed, you heal them, blah, blah. It's great for getting, like, a Dispel Magic off for free, but very niche. Spending Recovery. Immediately after you cast a spell with a spell slot that restores hit points to a creature or ends a condition on a creature, you can cast Dispel Magic on the creature as a bonus action without expending a spell slot. You can use a feature under time with Wisdom modifier. So you get to use it more. Well, not technically. It's still the niche one. It's still pretty niche. I mean, it's cool. It's a fun idea. I wish they opened it up a little bit more. And when I say open it up, there's so many monsters that don't cast spell effects on enemies. Instead, they... Like, you might get stunned from a Mind Flayer. It wouldn't work on that. Yeah, I finished it, Demon. I put it all in my mouth. I wish they could have worked in some way of that, but I don't really know how you'd word it. Maybe you can end 1 effect. You can choose a condition, you know, one like if they have the stun condition or something, you can recover them. Something like that would be good. Everything spells now. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I see what you mean, because it literally, you have to go off the spell's wording now. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one. Level 8 doesn't matter anymore, it just goes to level 17. The previous level 17 one, mostly because it's still niche. You choose 4 spells from the wizard spell list, 1 from each of the following levels, 6, 7, 8, 9. You add them to your list of spell domains. Da da da. you basically get to cast wizard spells. It's a cool thing to grab stuff like Wish and whatnot, but, you know. It looks like they've got this the same. You can change them, though. That's the caveat. Okay. I still don't find it the most exciting. I think their level 3 is a lot more exciting than the previous one. I don't find that the most exciting subclass still. It's such a niche subclass. You can only really play this in certain campaigns and get the full use out of it. If your DM came to you and was like, this is a that's also a good point, yeah, man. This is more of a, if your DM comes to you and says this is going to be a lich focused campaign with a big spellcaster at the end, or you're going up against an evil magical school, you're going to have one of the best times of your life. In a dragon campaign, in a campaign against maybe the Underdark, you know, Mind Flayers, you probably won't see most of your features getting used as much as you'd want. But or a couple of your features wouldn't get as used as much as you want. But so it's still a little bit campaign specific, but I think it's got more identity now, which is good. Okay. That's okay. That hasn't thrilled me. But Arcane Archer, the concept of Arcane Archer, if you want to play an archer shooting fighter and want to not be a ranger, you can choose this bad boy. But Arcane Archer has some issues with its overall, just its kind of general nature. A lot of people kind of mock Arcane Archer for not being as strong as it should be because it has a bit too much. If I remember right before we read this, I think you run out of actions. Your action economy is pretty messed up on it. So let's see. At level 3, you get Arcana or Nature skill, and you can get Prestidigitation or Druidcraft. And also at level 3, you can unleash a special effect on some of your shots. When you gain this feature, you learn 2 arcane shot opinions. We'll look down at those. Once per turn, when you fire an arrow from a short bow or long bow as part of the attack action, you can apply one of your arcane shot options to that arrow. You decide to use the option when the arrow hits a creature, unless the option doesn't involve an attack roll. You have 2 uses of the ability, and you gain all expended uses when you finish a short or long rest. So at least you get them back, but you only get to do it twice. And that was another issue with this one, right? Is that you could only do it twice. You get an additional one at 7, 10, 15, and 18. And then let's look at some of these options. Well, let me look at it here first. We'll see this first. You get Druidcraft thingy. Intelligence is your spellcasting ability modifier. Proficiency in the Arcana and Nature skills. You get both instead of choosing. And you can also get another skill if you already have those. You know, 2 arcane shot options of your choice. And you get another arcane shot option at 7, 8, 15, and 18. So was it before? Did you only get 2 as well? Yeah. Once per turn, when you make a ranged attack with a weapon that uses ammo, you can apply one of your arcane shot options to the attack. You decide to use the option. When you hit a creature and deal damage shot, unless the option doesn't involve an attack roll, that's good. And you can do it up to your intelligence modifier now. So you have to pump intelligence for this now. Okay. It's good. You have a lot to pump as a fighter, so that's kind of tough, but I guess you'd go dex int with a bit of con, but you don't really need much con, I guess, if you're going to be standing in the back line. Okay. Your arcane shot die is a d6. What was it before? Did you even get one before? I think it was just based on each one. Okay, let's go and look at them. Oh no, it was that. They didn't format it very well. Okay. Use Abjuration Magic to try and temporarily banish your target to a harmless location in the Feywild. The creature hit by the arrow must succeed on a Charisma saving throw or be banished. While banished this way, speed is 0, incapacitated. At the end of its next turn, it appears in an area. Okay. It's not that long. And then they take 2d6 force damage at 18, which is very weak. So a 1-turn banishment? Beguiling Arrow, extra 2d6 psychic damage. Choose one of your allies within 30 feet of the target. They succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or they're charmed by the chosen ally until the start of your next turn. Okay. 46 when you reach 18. Okay. Bursting Arrow. You imbue your arrow with force energy from the School of Evocation. It detonates after you attack. Immediately after the arrow hits the creature, the target, and all other creatures within 10 feet of it take 2d6 force damage each, or an AoE. 4d6 80. Enfeebling, 2d6 necrotic. Con save. Damage dealt by its weapon is halved until the start of your next turn. That's a hard one to calculate. But 46 to 18. Grasping, 2d6 poison. Speed reduced by 10 feet. And 2d6 slashing damage on the first time it moves without teleporting. And they have to remove the brambles, and they last for 1 minute. That one's actually much stronger than the others. I guess because it's poison damage is the downside to that one. Piercing arrow. Instead, the arrow shoots forward on line for 30 feet before despairing. Each creature makes a dex save, and they take an extra 1d6 piercing damage on a success. Half on damage. Okay. Seeking arrow. Okay, this one just, you can hit people around corners. That's quite a fun one, flavorful-wise. Dex save. 1d6 force damage. And you don't learn its location on a successful save. Okay. And then the last one is 2d6 psychic and wisdom save. Well, they can't see anything farther than 5 feet. Okay. Let's see if they've made these better. Banishing shot. The creature takes additional damage equal to 1 roll of your arcane shot die. Actually, we should probably read the rest of the class first, because I've got a feeling they're going to buff this. Okay, let's just see. Let me see what they got here before. When you fire a non-magical arrow from a short bow or long bow, you can make it magical for the purpose of overcoming. This hopefully is gone entirely, because you should just have magic weapons for that. You now have to direct an errant arrow towards a new target. When you make an attack roll with a magic arrow and miss, you can use a bonus action to reroll the attack roll. Okay. At 15, your magical archery is available whenever battle starts. If your initiative have no use of arcane shot remaining, you gain 1 use of it. I always hate those. Okay. Let's see what they've done to make this better. Curving shot. If you make an attack roll with a weapon with the ammunition property and miss, as a bonus action immediately after, you can make an extra attack with the same weapon against a different target. Then you can see that is within the weapon's long range. Okay, so you attack someone else. Is that what it said for the first one? I don't think so, right? Oh, it's a new target. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool feature. I like that one. I'm glad they've kept it flavorful-wise. Ever ready shot. When you roll initiative and have no uses of arcane shot left, you regain 1 expended use of it. So that they've moved this down from the top end to the bottom. And then D8, D10, D12. Okay. That's what I was expecting. They've gone down the Battlemaster route. Oh, I think the Bloodhunt is pretty interesting. They could probably use an upgrade. Yeah, I agree. I wish they even added some flavorful stuff in here. This is the Battlemaster route, but hopefully they made these better. This will be stronger, at least, I imagine. It's now to 1 roll of your arcane shot die, and must succeed on a charisma saving throw, will be banished. And it comes back the same way. Okay. So, that's going to start out as a D8. Whereas before before it did no damage, technically. Let me see here. 2 rolls of your arcane die. Must succeed on wisdom saving throw, charmed condition. Okay. Okay. So they do have the 2 ones for the others. So it starts off with the same amount of damage, but by level 10 it's a D8. By the time it's 18, it's doing a lot more damage, because it's probably gonna. Ooh, is it actually? No, because it doesn't improve to 4. Yeah, that's true, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, new types of shots. I agree. Exactly. I totally agree. I think that's a much better system. I think setting thresholds is really fun. It's the same way I liked the way that the table worked on College of Spirits. I like unlocking new ones. Okay, beginner shot. Okay, arcane shots. Wisdom saving throw. So interesting. It actually does less damage on average, I think, at level 18. But it's more consistent damage as you level up. Like, you won't feel like you're shit at level 17. You feel like you're actually doing damage. Which is interesting. Not much average less damage. Like, average is probably be like 1 less. You imbue your ammunition with explosive force energy immediately after you do damage to a creature. Tough emanation. Takes 2 rolls. Okay. I imagine, is this all the same? Let me just see here. Oh no, yeah, you know it is, yeah. All of the others seem to. I think they've probably just kept these all the same. Yeah, I think these are all the same. Inspiration die, yeah, I agree. Because you'll be doing 2d12 instead of 4d6 at level 18. 4d6 will have a high average because there's more dice. And a lower threshold as well. Like the minimal amount of damage you can do is an extra is 4. The other one, that's 2 here. Oh, let me change and rebalanced. Can't say be poisoned. Oh! Okay, that makes sense. Now they're reducing the attack roll. And grasping is different. Okay. Did it say how many times? Yeah, you can do it up to intelligence. The difficult thing with this one, I don't mind. I think they've overall made it a stronger subclass. I do think you're probably going to have fighters on average, you're going to have +3. So you're really only getting one more arcane shot, but I suppose you get ever ready shot earlier. And they do come back on a short rest at least, but you're probably going to have 3. This is the times where I do miss proficiency bonus increase. I get why they went back to this, because it's better for balance, but proficiency bonus increase means that you're always going to get like more and more and more as you go up the levels, but okay, it's interesting. It's not super exciting. Yeah, I would have loved something a little bit more exciting than it. Okay, Tattooed Warrior. This is totally new. I'm quite excited for this one because I like the idea of the tattoos giving you arcane power. That sounds really cool. This could have been a barbarian one. Okay, magic tattoos. You gain the magic tattoos described by other features of the subclass. The tattoos appear on your body whenever you wish, or wherever you wish. Damage or injury doesn't impair your tattoo's function. A magic tattoo's depiction can look like a brand, scarification, a birthmark, patterns of scales, etc. If a tattoo's effect requires a saving throw, the DC equals 8 plus your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Yeah, makes sense. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can reshape one of your magic tattoos, changing the option you chose from one list to another on the same list. Okay. That's cool. Beast tattoos level 3. Oh, it's like what do you call it? The old what's it's called? Beast heart now, wild heart, barbarian nowadays. 2 animal tattoos. Dancing Lights cantrip. When you expend 1 focus point to use Patient Defense or Step of the Wind, you gain blind sight with a range 10 feet. That's good. Yeah, Totem Barbarian, but yeah, it's now Wild Hunt. Light cantrip. You can expend 1 focus point to cast Silent Image without material components. Okay, so it's magic. It's magic spells based. Okay. Okay. Chameleon, you know the amount illusion cantrip. You can expend 1 focus to cast this guy's self. Crane, guidance cantrip. When you miss a creature with an attack granted by a flurry of blows, you have advantage on attack rolls for any remaining unarmed strikes with the use of flurry of blows. Okay. That's pretty sick. Horse, you know the message cantrip. You can expend 1 focus point to cast Longstrider without material components. Longstrider is better nowadays. You know the mending cantrip. When you hit a creature with an attack granted by the flurry of blows, the creature has a disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your next turn. Okay. And then Tortoise, you know the spare the dying cantrip. You can expend 1 focus point to cast Force Life. Okay, so if you really wanted to play a wizard and a monk and you couldn't pick between, I guess this is the one you go for. Okay. That's not too bad. It's pretty, you know, if you like the changes of how spells are more common in subclass features, and you're going to like this. I wish there was a bit more variety of like exciting things you could do as opposed to it, but I guess this is the theme of it. As in like, this is just casting a spell, but it's pretty strong. I think that a couple of these are pretty strong. I think the blind sight one's really good. The cream one's really good. This one's decent. It's not as good as the crane one to me, though. I'd like to do more advantage strikes for crit fishing than I would for just one disadvantage strike. That's really good early in the game, but, you know. Celestial Tattoo. You gain an additional tattoo depicting a celestial phenomenon. Choose a tattoo from the following options. Comet. 2 focus points to cast Find Traps. Yeah, no one's picking that up ever. 2 focus points to cast Misty Step. It feels quite expensive, but okay. Sure, that's a good one to grab. 2 focus points to cast Invisibility. That's good. 2 focus points to cast Lesser Restoration. They've just gone down a spell casting route. An additional magic tattoo depicting a natural feature. Choose a tattoo from the following options. Mountain. As a magic action, you can expend 3 focus points to gain resistance to acid damage. Advantage on con saves for 1 minute. This is more what I wanted to see. That's good. Storm. Resistance to lightning. Dex saves. Okay, fire. Strength saves. Cold. Wisdom saves. I mean, I would have liked them to be a little bit more exciting, but that's definitely far more what I was hoping for. Something that's not just casting a spell. I would have liked them to look at spell effects, maybe, and then come up with some, like, unique ways that you could make a comparison to that, but not just a direct, like, you know. Okay. 17. Behold, you have a fly speed of 10 feet and can hover. You can expend... Should I put this in the Dungeons and Dragons category, by the way? Probably. I mean, yeah. I don't know why Find Traps is still a thing in the same way it is. You have a fly speed of 10 feet and can hover. Additionally, you can expend 3 focus points to cast Counterspell. When you expend focus point to use Patient Defense, you can expend 3 focus points to cast Blink. Step of the Wind, Mirror Image as a bonus action, and then Guardian Naga. Oh, when you would be reduced to 0 hit points, alright, your hit points instead change to a number equal to twice your monk level once you use this feature. I can't believe they just didn't throw in Death Ward. Why were they... okay. Yeah, I just think it's a little bit of a boring take on it. I think the idea thematically they could have done a lot more than just doing the spell effects. Honestly, this could be 4 options then. Each 4 options are really unique, and that'd be quite cool. Multiclassing still exists. Yeah, it's a bit boring. Thematically, it's awesome though. Yeah, they should have done something a little bit different. I like the theme, and I think they could stick with the theme and make a subclass out of it, but I think, I just think the casting of spells is a bit weird. You could do that on one of the levels, maybe, some casting of spells, but... Alright, Ancestral Sorcery, this is a new one too. Ancestors' Law. Use your force of personality to channel your ancestors' knowledge. When you make an intelligence check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to a charisma modifier. What's the theme of this one? Sorry, I should say. Unique magic comes from a specific ancestor. Okay. Intelligence check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to a charisma modifier. And you also gain proficiency in Arcana, History, Investigation, Nature, Religion. That makes sense. That's good. Yeah, Nepotism, Sorcerer. Command, Guidance, Locate Object, Protection from Evil and Good, Resistant Spiritual Weapon. I actually like those spells. That makes sense. That's quite cool. Maybe less so Command. I guess the idea is you've been commanded. Guidance and Protection from Evil, Good, and Spiritual Weapon are really cool. The others, eh. One sec. Two secs, chat. I've got like a knock on my door. I have to see. Sorry, chat. Electricity company, I have to try and have a go at them. I'm waiting for them to come back. Oh, hold on. Electricity company's like, we need to cut down a tree up the road. So we're going to have to cut off your power sometime in the next hour. Apparently. And I'm like, okay. You tell them that they have to set a time and then they have to give me pre-warning. I was like, I'm literally working. I won't be able to start my stream up after the power goes off. Even if it goes off for like 20 minutes, chat, there's no point restarting it. It's going to be way after my start time. So I just said, like, I want to finish my stream. And then you can do it. Okay. It's strange. See, I quite like that executor because I think it's kind of the idea that you have the blessing of you're seeing your ancestor. Like a good DM here, I feel like would have your ancestor kind of leave traces of like magic for you and like almost messages. If it cuts off randomly, chat, I won't be coming back until tomorrow. But hopefully, I have enough time to actually close off my stream. Okay. Magic Circle, Spirit Guardians. Divination, locate creature, legend lore, your land's regal presence. Okay. Visage of the ancestor. Choose one of your ancestors. Choose the form from your ancestor takes, which might resemble the ancestor in life or symbolic creature. While your innate sorcery feature is active, the form appears in a spectral haze around you, and you have advantage on any ability check you make as an influence check. That's cool. I actually think this, from a role-playing perspective, is awesome. And actually, could have been a warlock. There's this kind of a warlocky feel to it. I like it. Your ancestor's spellcasting mastery aids you in breaking spells. You always have counterspell and dispel magic prepared. Don't know how much that fits. Your innate sorcery feature is active. You can cast each spell without expending a spell slot. If you cast counterspell in this way, the target has disadvantage on Constitution saving throw. Spell magic in this way, advantage on your ability check to ongoing spells. Okay. Yeah, this is quite cool. Well, there's already one standard normal sorc which they showed, which was like an arcane runey kind of one. That felt quite cool for it. I like this. I like this one for I think this would be super fun as a DM to roleplay like this ancestor that comes in and helps them. Your ancestor's visage evokes awe or dread. While your innate sorcery feature is active, you are surrounded by a magical aura and a 5 emanation. When you see a creature enter into it or ends its turn there, you can force that creature to make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the target has the prone condition or has the frightened condition until the end of your next turn. The creature may make this save only once per turn. This is cool. Your deep connection with your ancestor steadies you. Taking damage can't break your concentration on sorcery spells. Wow. Your ancestor protection redirects harmful magic away from you while your innate sorcery feature is active. You get advantage on saving throws against spells. Once during your use of innate sorcery, when you fail a saving throw against spells, you can choose to succeed instead. Wow. This is a very strong subclass. This is a very strong subclass. It's very powerful. I really like the theme. I actually really like it. They might do some tweaks to some of the damage output, but and some of the effects here. But it's very cool. Thematically, I like it a lot, and I do like the spells you get. I actually really like that subclass. I genuinely really like it. Okay. Hexblade Warlock. I mean, it's going to tell me what they've changed from here, but let's see. Fucking assholes. I hate electricity company with so much visceral hate, chat. There is a song in the UK, which is like the London Underground people, all CUNTs. It's the same here with electricity. I've never had good electricity company. They're like, no, we can't give you a time. It's gonna happen in the next hour sometime. I'm like, yeah, I'm raging, Mark. Basically, my stream's gonna get cut off in the next hour at some point because the electricity company can't give us a goddamn time when they have to shut off the electricity. We've got a tree that's got like a little bit of a burn singe on it, active wire, so it's gonna go off sometime in the next hour. They don't, and they're not gonna tell me when. So I'm gonna try and get through this fast, chat. We're gonna go faster, and then I'm just gonna end stream because I'd rather it doesn't just cut off midway through, and then I'm back tomorrow. How you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing good. All right, let me just see. I'll use what they've told us for the in here. So the previous Hexblade gave us a list of new prepared spells. It relied on the new Hex. It relied on Hex spell, which a lot of people were against. It was quite strong, but it gave us new ways of dealing with Hex, and then healing reliable damage. So let's just see what the new one is. If it happens any time, chat, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll finish this off tomorrow. Arcane Vigor, Hex, Magic Weapon, Shield, Wrathful Smite. The Hex, Shield, Wrathful Smite. Oh, did they get rid of Arcane Vigor's huge. Magic Weapon. Okay. Bestow Curse, Conjure Barrage. Dispel Magic, so they got remove Curse instead. Freedom of Movement, Stagger and Smite. Same as. Animate Object, Still Wind Strike. Same as. Okay. What have they said they've changed? Hex-based Curse has returned as a feature in its own right. Okay. We can also loop through spells that place a curse on a creature, such as Bestow Curse and Hex. Smart! Hunger and Hex has been moved to this level, and a Curse Shield is a new feature. Okay, that's good. A lot of people are upset about Hex basically replacing it. So they brought back Hex-based Curse, where you put a bonus action, one creature gets cursed for 1 minute. Up to a charisma modifier. When you cast a spell using a spell slot that cursor type, you can use just, your Hex-based Curse as part of the same bonus action. Interesting. That makes it a lot stronger. Just wait for us to... Yeah, exactly, right. You would gain 1d8 plus your charisma modifier. If they die. Which was a late... That was later on, right? When did they bring that in before? Hunger in here. Okay. Okay. And then while you aren't wearing armor or wearing a shield, you get a +2 bonus to AC while you're within 10 feet of the cursed target. That's insane. That's a really fun one. It's good for a dip as well. That's going to be really strong on wizards. Bladesinger Wizard dipping in here again is worth it. I like the fact that you can do it via Hex or with like a curse spell. That's quite smart. Bestow Curse. That's quite smart. I like that. What else do they do? New feature that grants you benefits from retaining concentration. New feature. Okay, Armor Hexes no longer has limits, and now increases the power and usability of updated Hex-based Curse feature. Okay, this is mostly new. It's very strong. So Armor of Hexes used to be do reaction to reduce the damage 2d8 plus your recovery modifier. Okay. Okay. Unyielding Will. When you succeed on a saving throw to maintain concentration, each creature of your choice in a 10 for emanation takes 2d6 damage. Necrotic. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again to start your next turn. That's quite a fun idea. In addition, when you fail a saving throw to maintain concentration, you can choose to succeed instead. Gain number of temporary hit points equal to 1d10 plus your wallet level once per long rest. That's pretty insane. That's pretty insane. This is gonna... So you get one free go, and then afterwards you're just hoping you keep succeeding. That's really insane. This is very strong. Malign Brutality. I guess they really want you to play Hexblade that's not just a multi-class. Did they change this at all? Is this totally new? New features gives you additional hindering curse, formerly the steering mark. Okay. So this has all been moved here, which was here before, right? Training / Harrowing Blade, the mark. So after you cast a first level spell that has a casting time of an action, you can make one attack with a weapon as a bonus action. That's really good. Hindering Curse. When you hit a creature targeted by your Hexblade Curse with an attack roll, the target disadvantage on the next turn it makes before the start of your next turn. Also good. And then when the target of your Hexblade's curse ends its turn 30 feet or further away from you, you can move up to your speed towards them. Arm of Hexes. When you take damage from the target cursed by your Hexblade's curse, you can take a reaction to reduce the damage taken by an amount equal to your Warlock level. Every turn? It used to be up to your Charisma modifier. And it used to be 2d8 plus your Charisma. You could just reduce any attack by 10. So if you just don't take attack opportunities, you just become the little defensive boy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, it's all around your curse. It's only from the curse target. Yeah, you're very good at 1v1ing. Yeah. And then Masterful Hex. Any attack roll you make against the target, crit on 19 and 20. So they moved the early feature all the way up to here. It makes sense. It's going to feel good at this level. I don't mind this because of the other features being so strong. And then when you deal damage to the target cursed by your Hexblade's curse, you can cause your curse to explode with sinister energy. The target, each creature of choice in a 30-foot emanation originating from the target takes 3d6 necrotic, psychic, or radiant damage. Speed reduced by 10 feet until the end of your next turn. And once you use it, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest or unless you spend a pack magic slot. And then you gain 1 expended use of Hexblade's curse when you finish a short rest or use your magical cunning feature. Wow! That's a huge effect. Yeah, 30 for emanation is massive. That's really strong. Cool burst. I like that. Outwards. They've made this very cool, very explosive. I'll talk about it more, but I feel like my power's going to be turned off in any second. Conjure. Super zoom through the school of conjuration. The savant stuff they give you usually. Blah, 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 blah. Action to conjure up an inanimate object on the ground and occupy space within 10 feet. Can't be no more than 3 feet on a side, weigh no more than 10 pounds. This got beaten by the creation bard, I feel like. But make an object, last for an hour until you use it again. They also got a level 6 action to go up to 30 feet. You can swap places with someone by teleporting with them. You can do it once per thingy unless you use a concentration spell. Level 10, while you're concentrating on a concentration spell, your concentration can't be broken as a result of taking damage. Okay. And then durable summons any creature that you summon or create with a concentration spell has 30 temporary hit points. I imagine they've improved this one big time because all their new concentration stuff. But 9 transposition is now available at a lower level, and the new distance transportation and quick teleportation features improve it. Okay, so quickly let's look at those. Okay, so you get the level 3, you get the teleport to 30 feet. You can swap with a friend. And once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest, or you can spend a level 2 spell slot to do it again, so you don't have to worry about using a conjuration spell. You can get back with any other spell. That's okay. I like that. It's cool for battlefield management. Free conjuration spells to add your spellbook. Yeah, okay, it's the same as they've done for the other ones. And then durable summons is lower level as well. Level 6, you get it here. The creature gains temporary hit points equal to twice your wizard level. So 12. So before it was 30. So it will go up more. Because the previous wizard one was 28 here. It'd be at 14, it'd be 28 as opposed to 30. But by the time you get to 15, it's 30. So it does go higher than the previous one. So that's better. Distant transposition. The range of your benign transposition feature increases to 60 feet. And you're getting experience when you... Okay, so they're going down the whole, like, the Feywild Warlock. It is, yeah, still an action. Is it an action on the other one still as well? Yes, it is. The best thing about there is swapping with people. Can't break your concentration, and then bonus action now at 14. Okay. Oh, and the creature that swaps places with you becomes a total new tech. So they've gone very much down the teleportation side, which is interesting, I suppose. I thought they'd mix in more about the summons, because there's a lot of conjuration spells nowadays. So it's very teleportation wizard. It's very similar to the Feywild Warlock, which is all about, like, kind of misty stepping in a way, but this one's very swappy. Well, the swapping's fun. I like that. But you're going to spend most of your time just swapping. Makes him white and CG, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I wish they'd come up with a new way to do that, but I guess they just looked at Creation Bard and thought, what's the damn point? Enchanter Wizard. Used to be Savant. Hypnotic Gaze. As an action, choose one creature you can see within 5 feet. If the creature can see or hear you, Wisdom save, or get charmed. To your next turn, speed drops to 0. They get incapacitated, visibly dazed. On each turn, you can use an action to maintain the effect. Extends duration to the end of your next turn. If the creature ends if you move more than 5 feet away from it, you're basically just talking in front of it. And you can only do it once per long rest. And level 6, when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to divert the attack, provided that another creature is within the attack's range. Save and throw. Okay. Basically make them hit someone else. Level 10, when you cast an enchantment spell of level 1 or higher, you can have it target a second creature. Yeah. And then when you cast at level 14 an enchantment spell to charm one or more creatures, you can alter one creature's understanding so it remains unaware of being charmed. And then basically you can try and cause someone to forget that they were ever charmed. Yeah, lock them into a cutscene, yeah. Now you get your enchantment spells. Enchanting, Talker, and Vexing Movement are new features. Get rid of Hypnotic Gaze, okay. Reflecting Charm replaces the former Instinctive Charm. Okay, and then it's a new feature. Okay, so they've changed it up entirely, looks like. They've given you, whenever you make a charisma check, you can add your intelligence modifier, and you get deception, intimidation, or persuasion. So this is that's quite cool. Being able to be a face wizard is quite fun. Enchantment Savant, choose 2 wizard spells from enchantment school. Yeah, we know what that is. Immediately after you cast an enchantment spell using an action and a spell slot, you can take both the disengage and dash actions as a bonus action. Interesting. And you can use the bonus action a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. Not my most exciting one. I don't really like when you really just take other features of other classes and just throw them in. That's not the most exciting version of that, but I mean, it's good. But you're basically just taking like a monk and rogue thing there. Reflecting Charm. When a creature within 30 feet of you, you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to reduce the damage you take by half, write it down, and force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC, and they take psychic damage equal to half your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier. Okay, so the reason, in case there was no monsters around you to reflect it to, now you can just make them attack something else. Okay, or at least do less damage to you. Okay, that's still the same. And then your enchantments fortify your allies' bodies and minds. You always have power word fortify prepared. With this feature, you can cast a spell without expending a spell slot, and each target of the spell has advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the charmed and fighting conditions while it has temporary hit points granted by the spell. Okay. That's pretty strong. I didn't really expect there to be a power word fortify. I still feel like enchantment doesn't really know what it wants to be. Like, I feel like it should be more about the mind control aspects of everything. The thing is, enchantment spells are pretty fucked up in D&D, and there's some weird players out there. But I feel like you just ban the weird players. Mind control is just as fucked up as burning people alive with fireball. Just do mind control stuff. Yeah, I like the mind control stuff. I know there's a creepy element to mind control, but there's a creepy element to raising the dead and whatnot. You just ban those weird players. But I get it. I think that's put him off. Necromancer. Here's the one I really want to see. So watch my power go out during this bit. Level 2. You gain the ability to reap life from creatures you kill with spells. Once per turn when you kill a creature, one or more creatures with a spell first level or higher, you will gain hit points equal to twice the spell's level, or 3 times its level if it belongs to the spell of Necromancy. So, hit points, it's not that many. You didn't get it if you killed a construct or undead. I'm sure they've taken that out. A 6th level animate dead spell to your spellbook. You can target 1 additional corpse, you get 2 skillies. And then whenever you create a new one, the creature's hit point maximum is increased by an amount equal to your wizard level. And the creature adds your proficiency bonus to its weapon damage rolls. At level 10, resistance to necrotic damage. Your hit point maximum can't be reduced. And you've spent so much time dealing with undead and force animate, you have inured some of their worst effects. Command Undead, 14th level. You can use your magic to bring undead under your control, even those created by other wizards. As an action, you choose 1 undead you can see within 60 feet. Charisma saving throw. If it succeeds, you can't use the feature again. If it fails, it becomes friendly to you and obeys your commands to use this feature again. Intelligent undead are hard to control. If the target has an intelligence of 8 or higher, it has advantage on the saving throw. If it fails, the saving throw has an intelligence of 12 or higher. It can repeat the saving throw every hour. Okay. Is there a way to make infinite undead with this? I don't know what people do. Necromancy Spellbook is a new feature that incorporates a redesigned version of the prior Grim Harvest. Okay. Great Power, Undead Secrets, and Death Master are new features, and Undead Thralls has been redesigned to utilize the Summon Undead spell. Oh yeah, that's where you make a wraith and they can summon another dead. Yeah. Okay, so Necromancy Spellbook. Resistance to necrotic damage makes sense. When you cast a Necromancy spell using a spell slot, you can choose yourself or a creature you see within 30 feet of yourself to gain a number of temporary hit points equal to the level of the spell plus your intelligence modifier. More temporary, temporary hit points are easy to get in a lot of sources. The other one did heal you, which is stronger, I'd argue, but at least this one's a lot more. Great Power. When you use Arcane Recovery, your exhaustion level, if any, decreases by 1. Fine, a little bit of flavor. Damage from your wizard spells and wizard's features ignores resistance to necrotic damage. That's very nice. That's very nice. I like that. I would have loved it to say an immune to goes down to resistance, but, you know, that's nice. You have Summon Undead prepared and cast it once without expending a spell slot. When you cast Summon Undead without a spell slot, you can regain hit points equal to half the summoned creature's total hit points. Oh, but doing so halves the creature's hit points. Interesting. That's a bit sad. I was kind of hoping that you'd have more. It's kind of cool that you get a couple of undead on the field. Just having one stronger undead, or not even really a stronger undead. It's just that you get one for free that you can kind of heal off of. Isn't as exciting to me. When you finish a long rest, you can expend a level 4 plus spell slot to protect yourself from death until you finish a long rest. The next time you drop to 0 hit points, so you kind of get a death ward. 10 times the spell slot expended. Fine. I mean, that can get up to like 90 if you put a 9th level, which is pretty strong. In addition, immediately after you take damage and are bloodied and taking that damage but not killed outright, you can take a reaction and teleport to an occupied space within 60 feet. And each creature takes 2d10 necrotic damage. That's very similar to the Undead Warlock. Extremely similar, in fact. So, okay. Sure. I mean, it's cool. It's a strong feature. Death Master, while holding your spell, you get the following benefits. Bolster Undead. As a bonus action, choose any number of undead you have created, or summon with a necromancy spell that within 60 feet of yourself. Those undead each gain temporary hit points equal to your wizard level. Once an undead gains temporary hit points from this feature, it can't get them again for 24 hours. And when you use Grim Harvest, the creature that gains temporary hit points gains one of the following benefits of your choice, which lasts until the end of your next turn. Advantage on attack rolls or saving throws. It's just a little bit more boring. It's strong, but it's not. The other one, like this feature, is unbelievably unique, but very strong. I guess they should have just come up with a caveat like you can't create more undead from this feature or something if they wanted to get around that. But I like the idea of being able to enthrall a powerful undead. That was cool. And I also like the idea of having a couple of zombinos. So I'm a little sad. I wish they said like when you do summon undead, you get 2. That could have been cool, but very strong. Because it's just a concentration spell now, instead of having your little undead friend. You know? I wish I had my little undead friend. So, I actually not the hugest fan of that one. Transmuter Wizard. Temporary physical properties of non-magical object. Change it from one substance to another. You perform a special hour. You can turn iron, copper, or silver transfer into a different one of those materials. For each 10 minutes you spend, you can transform up to 1 cubic material. And then after 1 hour or until you lose concentration, it reverts. Good way to trick some people. I wish they did a summon undead horde. And it's like a... kind of like the conjure spells. Conjure animals. The new conjure spells, for example. They're treated... This is the old one. I'm going to try to do this quickly. Like, conjure... Okay, I'm just going to put conjure animals in. This one is like a large pack right around you. They could have done a whole thing with emanation, where it's like you emanate undead that climb out, like spirits that come out of the ground, or you could physically have them, and then like anything in that area. Yeah, exactly, ma'am. I agree with that. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. But I do think like they needed to play off the idea of necromancers want to have loads of little minions. So to get a small horde, you need just to do You need to do swarms. You know? That way you can be like, yeah, mechanically it's one creature, one stat block, but thematically it's 10 zombies in a swarm. Transmuted stone. At level 6, you spend 8 hours creating a transmuted stone. You can benefit from it, give it to someone else. Gives you dark vision out to 60 feet. It's 10 feet of movement speed, proficiency in con saves, resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. Each time you cast a spell, you can change the effects. It's good. That's good. It's fun. That one's really fun. I like the stone. Shape changer, polymorph spell to your book. Once without a spell slot. When you do so, you can only target yourself and transform to a beast whose chance rating is 1 or lower. I don't think you need this caveat. And you get that once per short or long rest. Otherwise, cast it normally. And level 14, you can consume your transmutation magic stored within your stone in a single burst. And you can get yourself a major transformation. One non-magical object basically turns into a big old one. Remove all curses, disease, etc. Cast Raise Dead spell on a creature you touch with it. Or you touch a transmuted stone to a willing creature, and that creature's apparent age reduced by 3d10 years. Once per long rest. Much the same things. That's what my worry too. I agree with you. They're playing it too safe to kind of keep balance control. When I do think there's an element to D&D, which is like, yeah, you could try and find a way to keep just every long rest feeding someone, or like convincing someone to be willing, and then make them younger. You know, some weird shit in D&D that you can pull off. But I like that. I think that's the best bit about D&D is when people find funny features and go crazy with them. Pathfinder goes too far in the other direction. Got it. Everything becomes a bit too unique. I get you. Yeah. Now available at a lower level, you create the stone when you finish a long rest. That's good because it is probably the primary thing. It's a bit weird that it came in late before. What was it before? Like 6? It's good to have that at 3. I like that. Dark vision. Da-da-da. Yeah. Wondrous enchantment and transmutations are new features. Is a new feature that gives you more options with transmute stone, and it's revised at the end. Okay. You always have enhanced ability prepared and cast it once without a spell slot. You gain the ability to cast it this way when you finish a long rest. Targets of enhanced ability also have advantage in saving throws using the trained ability. That's cool. That's a fun way to do it. Like you're making people for the better. When you cast transmutation spells such as Fly that can be cast with a high level spell slot to target an additional creature, it goes up by 1. So you're basically getting a free upcast. That's cool. I like that. Makes sense. More spell variety. Your transmuted stone is more versatile. You can choose up to 2 options when you create your stone. You can choose each option other than resistance only once. That's a shame. I think even resistance twice wouldn't matter. Oh, no, you can. You can. You just choose damage types. Cool. Or both effects when you cast transmutation. That's good. That's a better way to do it. I like that. It'd be nice if you had 2 stones, though, or something like that. You could choose 2 stones or have 1 more potent stone. That's probably how I do it. And then 14, consume it, crumbles to dust. So what the old one used to say is all curses, disease, etc., and gains all its hit points. It's now number 8 hit points into twice your wizard level and ends a curse, including the target's attunements. They nerfed that one because it was very strong, but that's a shame. Raise Dead without a spell slot. And Restore Youth. Permanently 3d10s. Whoop. Hold on a second. Wait. They've taken away the willing part of this. I suppose you can't now go down to baby. But you could force someone to just keep de-aging. That's fun. Appears is a bit weird. So I guess they don't, it's just they look younger. Interesting. Well, overall, chat, I think of the subclasses here we've seen here, I think some of it's a bit homogenized. It's been a bit pushed together. There's a bit too much overlap. Arcana Cleric is cleaned up for sure. It's still pretty niche, but it's cleaned up at least if you like that kind of thing. Fighters Arcane Archer is okay. It's just not. It's not quite there yet. Yeah, they are very safe kills still. That's the problem I'm having with them too. There's a lot of safe. Hexblade I think is really good. I like the Hexblade as it is there. I liked that revision of it. I think that was a clever way to do it. I think it was clean, strong, very like duelist behavior. Wizard, the Conjurer was a bit weird. They went down the teleportation route as a focus instead of... I thought it'd work more on the summons because there's so many good summons in the game now. Yeah, better than Dog Shit, that's true. Enchanter doesn't feel like an enchanter to me. I think they're scared of the concept of like the weird dudes that use enchantment magic for weird shit. When I want to be that, like I heard a rumor girl from what's that show called? The Umbrella Academy. You know, I think mind control magic is cool. It's evil, it's scary, it's powerful. Give me that kind of, you know, those psionics from X-Men. Necromancer. I just wish they went down... Like, I think what people want out of a Necromancer is to be that creepy, lich-looking dude that has a bunch of undead under their control. Going down the one undead route, it's just not really undead, not a Necromancer. And then Transmuter has a couple of cool features, but... and then the Tattooed Monk Warrior, I think, flavor-wise is awesome. I love the idea of you just keep getting new tattoos as the campaign goes on. But I think the features were just very magical focused instead of, like... I think they could have come up with more unique features. And then the Ancestral Sorcery, I actually really liked. I think the Sorcerer was my favorite one. Yeah, they want the Necromancy from Diablo. I agree. I think Diablo 2's Necromancer is the greatest Necromancer there's been. So any opinions? I would love to do that. That'd be fun. Everyone wants D2 Necromancer, yeah. I don't know why. That's what. Oh, you have to go into that. I get it. It's tough to. You can't. You would slow down initiative so much. Just throw like a big old like horde of zombies token on the field. It's like it gets bigger as you go up levels. When it's huge, you can say it's like 20 zombies just clustered together. Was it Zor? They named him in Thingy. Diablo 2 Necromancers, whoever you wanted to play. But the reason it was so good is that you could do bone magic or you could do minion magic. That's fine. Yeah, see, that's cool. Yeah, 4 to 5 is cool. I'm happy with that. This new one's reduced it. Yeah, that's cool. 4 to 5 skeletons just pounding in. That feels badass. Especially once you start getting better at it, because it's just gonna be clicking the same button. Like the DM on like certain turns is like, shoot. This one shoots. 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 Fine. Yeah, I don't know. Overall though, chat, my power's gonna get cut off any minute, I imagine. So I'm gonna try and finish up there. If it cuts off any time, I'll be back tomorrow. But thanks for all the subs, by the way, recently. We're keeping up the sub cap out. I'm going to be moving soon, so I'm kind of... thanks for all the support with that. I'm sorry we couldn't play any games today. There's no point in me restarting the stream after the power goes off, because most people will just be gone by then. And I don't know how long the power's going down for, all that good stuff. I'm going to see if I can just charge my Steam Deck and write it out. I will be back tomorrow though for a stream. There'll be probably no stream on Thursday. I've got to go. I'm getting glasses. It turns out my vision was terrible, and so I'm getting glasses on Thursday, which will be fun. And then Friday I've got like a couple of apartment lookings and stuff, so I'm going to be out of town. Saturday I usually take off, so Sunday I'll be back for Sun Forged then. But yes, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Let me see if I can find someone to quickly host before the power dies. I'm sorry for the short one. I mean, of all days to have a short one, it's probably okay to be on the sunniest day of the year. Let's go and raid someone. Let us go and raid. Oh, it's Barney's birthday. It's Maddie's birthday. That's very yeah. Let's go say hello to Maddie. Okay, send some love her way. She's awesome. She's playing some Mario Kart World. That sounds very fun. Yeah, I'd love to do a little stream with Mark. I miss you, bud. Enjoy, everyone. Barney is grand. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a little quick stream. We'll probably do a short one as well tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Much love. Take care, everybody. Peace out and enjoy the wonders that is Barney.